Hey peeps, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl K Casper and I'm back with another banger for you guys. So today we're going to be talking about something that I just feel the need to just talk about because I've been hearing a lot about it lately. And this hair, I did film this look. I'm still trying to get used to it. Let me know down in the comments if you guys like this hair. If you guys want to see the video on it, I'm still kind of nervous about it because it's very different for me. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about confidence. We're going to be talking about confidence because people will like all the time always say to me like, I admire your confidence. I wish I had your confidence. Da da da. Like, oh my God, like this confidence about you so great. And it's just like, yo, like if y'all only knew what it took to get to this point of my confidence, and I'm not even finished yet. Like, it amazes me. I'm just like, yo, people really don't know. It's just like, yo, how you come off in person is not how it is always behind closed doors or internally, mentally. I'm 24 years old. I just turned 24 about 3 weeks ago, and I just felt the need to do this video because I'm just like, yo, people really think like I'm good on myself like all the time. No, like obviously I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. They say they are, they not. So I don't even know where to start. I was gonna say no, but I'm like, let me just talk from the heart. If it sounds all over the place, I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna be explaining myself because if you guys don't know me, like obviously guys, a lot of you guys don't know me, so I'm just gonna help you guys get to know me. Like, I've always been that person to like come off strong, but on the inside I'm so sensitive. Like, if you know me, like my friends always be like, oh, you think you're a hard bitch, you think you're like a really mean person. Like, I'm a softie. I'm a big softie with a big heart. I think that's just a Cancer of me. Like, it's really true. Like, I don't really like to get too deep into zodiac signs, but yeah, like I'm a sensitive person. Like, I have that hard, tough exterior, but on the inside I'm so soft and mushy, and like a lot of things hurt my feelings, but I won't show it. I'm very, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'm very good at like hiding when something bothers me in person, but behind closed doors I be going through it, y'all. Like, so pretty much like growing up, I never was the type of person to like, I've always been outspoken, always been someone never to hold my tongue. Something, you know, my mouth get me in trouble. Like, my mouth get in trouble, my attitude get me in trouble, but like internally, this is kind of hard for me to talk about too because I never tapped into my internal feelings because it's just like like I kind of grew up with like, you know, we don't really talk about feelings. We don't like, they didn't, I don't know, I'm not bashing anybody, but like my mother was never the type to be like, what's wrong, tell me how you feel. If I told you I feel like, oh, you feel that way, get over it, da, da, da. Not saying she was a bad mother, not saying that, but I'm just saying like when it came to the aspect of emotional support, it was never there. So I do tend to go to my friends a lot. Like, my friends see me pressed and stressed. Never the world. If you are stressed, you will never know I'm going through it. Never. I will never show you that. Ever. Like, I always come off just a strong woman. And I'm tired of being strong. Let's leave that narrative in 2020 of black women being so strong. We are tired. I am tired. Like, this, enough is enough. Like, again, I'm probably going on, but it's just how I feel at the moment, and it's just coming to my head. So, you know, growing up, so it's just like, you know, I never really had the confidence about myself. I was very insecure about myself, my body, especially like I've been plus size my whole life. I've always been a big girl. Even when I was younger, I was always a big girl. And it's just like, you know, the fat jokes came, of obviously the whale jokes came, and it's like I've dealt with like a lot, like me being bullied and stuff like that. They used to call me white girl in elementary school, and I'm like, I'm black, leave me alone. Like, so I feel like even like low-key now, I feel like I'm going through an identity crisis because I know I'm a black woman. I am a black woman, and I've grown up, that's who I am, and I'm so proud of it. I love being a black woman, but it's like, you know, me not knowing exactly who I am, like, is it ethnically? Is that what it is? If it, correct me in the comments. Don't drag, don't judge. Just correct me and educate me. Thank you. You know, from what I thought growing up, that my dad was Cuban and black, but I found out like, oh, he was adopted by a Cuban mother, like Cuban woman. But that's still my grandma. Like, I will never not say that's not my grandma. But as I've gotten older, I've come to find out my mom, her grandfather is Cuban and her grandma's black. So my mom is Cuban and black. My dad is actually, he's mixed. His mom is from she's black. She's from the Bahamas, and his dad is from Italy. So my dad is Bahamian and Italian, thus creating moi. So, you know, I didn't grow up with that culture. I didn't grow up with like none of that. I'm your typical black American. That's it. And it's just like, I've always wanted to be like, oh, I'm this and this, but I don't know anything about it. So I tend to hide behind that, and I don't really tell nobody. But it pisses me off immensely when people are just like, oh, like, what are you? I'm like, no, I'm black. They're like, oh no, you can't just be black, look at me. And like, let's be clear, I do understand why they would say that, but it's still just very rude and disrespectful to say that, because black comes with all different shades and colors, and I'm tired of having this conversation. That can go into colorism, and I'm gonna be very transparent and honest. I feel like I cannot speak on that conversation of colorism in the black community, because I feel like, yo, should I just go for it? I feel like that's just not my place. Even as a black woman, I feel like I cannot talk about colorism and stuff like that. I stand up for my black women, my black kings. You know, I definitely see that it's there. You know, I definitely do understand how sometimes, I don't know where I'm going with this, but that's another conversation for another day. I might make another video about that, but I just feel like I'm a black woman. Like, I always say I have to be black and happy. I don't like when people question me. You know, and all my life I've heard like, oh, like, I thought you were white until I heard you talk. Well, then I saw your hair and I knew, it was just like, oh my God, like, I'm black. Like, so I've always been like insecure, and I'm like, yo, like, if I was darker, I wouldn't have these issues. I would be accepted. People would stop bothering me. They wouldn't call me white girl anymore. I'm being very transparent and honest. Please do not take this out of context. Please do not drag me. Please, like, this is how my experience and how I felt. This is just how I felt growing up. Period, point blank. So, you know, being insecure, and it's just like, I don't know where, like, I can show the confidence to the world, but it was hard for me to show it to myself. It's like I was being two different people. Like, you know, outside public, oh, you see me outside, this is who I am. But inside, I'm so unhappy. I'm so like down and depressed. And it's like, I told you guys, your quarantine really has shown me your girl is a little emotionally unstable. Like, I really am, which is like, you know, I need maybe I should hit up therapy. You know, maybe I should, because it's getting to that point. I feel like this video is rumbling on, and I'm really sorry, but I should have taken notes. But, you know, and it's just like, people really are always like, oh my God, you're confident, you're confident. And in my head, I'm like, yo, if y'all only knew what really happens behind closed doors. And it's really just a battle with myself, not with anybody else. It's a battle with myself, and it's just like, I can say, like, what helped me with my confidence is just like, just learning just not to give a damn what nobody say. Like, I used to care so much about what people said about me, how I look, and, you know, my mother always raised me, you don't go in public looking crazy, you know, don't look bad, you gotta always keep yourself upright, which I always have. Like, me, my sister, and my brother, my mother's always raised us to always look our best. Even in sweatpants, you gotta look your best. Lip gloss, it doesn't matter. I would say what helped me with my confidence was listening to music. And who I'm about to say, like, Megan Thee Stallion, it was really her that helped, like, that pushed, like, my confidence journey, that pushed my self-love journey. Like, I just fell in love. I remember I first heard her. Me and my friend were driving down the AC, going to VRT, and I'm like, who the fuck is this rapping about her pussy and this and that? And I'm like, oh my God, like, who raps like this? I never really heard rap like that before. Never really. Because I'm always into, like, my old school 90s. I'm always jamming to the slow jams or whatever. So then I heard it again. I came back. months later, I heard it again. Now, I first really sat down, listened to her, was her freestyle, her Stally freestyle. I'm like, oh my God, like, ooh, like she's spitting bars, and this is a freestyle. So I remember like going forward again. I said, let me listen to her album. I first heard Hot Girl, and that's what drew me into her. Like, I can make a man do what I want him to do, because when he see me, he ain't want with you. Like, her lyrics about just like herself, and she was just like rapping so like, oh, like just, she was just exuding like, I'm that bitch, da da da. Like, I was like, oh yes, I love it. And then the song that really helped me was Cocky as Fuck. If you listen to that song, get past what she's like, all the lyrics is very vulgar, what she's saying, but it was just like, this that flossy, y'all are suits, that's bossy, tell them use it. It was just that like, cocky as fuck, rich, that me papa got face, I got body, you name it, I got it. Cocky as fuck, you know I'm considered your home and a baby, your nigga want eat it. Like, she was just rapping about like herself and how like, I'm that bitch, like this is me. When he see me, he gonna want me, like, cause that's me. Like, I'm not nobody else, but this is who I am. And I love to ever since. Been listening to ratchet rap ever since, and it's like women rap like that, Flo Milli, City Girls, for this pussy talks. And that's how like it really pushed like my comments to be like, you can't tell me nothing about myself. You handle me. Who gonna handle me? It was just that really like helped me. And then like, I will say right now, I'm not really too insecure about some things about not as much as I was before. My main insecure has always been like my weight and my body, but like a couple days ago I looked in the mirror at myself and I was naked. I was just like, wow, like you like are a work of art. You are so beautiful. And I never felt that. My 24 years of living. I don't want to cry. I don't want to get emotional because I have makeup on and I'm filming later with my best friend. But I was able to finally look at myself in the mirror and be like, damn, like I don't want to get I didn't know I was gonna get emotional. I really don't want to get emotional because people don't understand like growing up in this world that's like fat phobic, and like a lot of guys who just like don't like, I'm trying not to cry. Like, I need like something right now because I have on makeup that like will make fun of you for your weight, but then like want to love you behind closed doors. It's like, you're not gonna love me in private and talk about me in public. Like, I'm not that like, and I always say like, I'm so good of a woman that like, oof, when God puts the right man in my life, he will never regret me. Never regret me. Period. The type of love I give is rare, baby. When I love hard. And that's kind of been an issue too. Another video for another day. But I would just say like, you know, my main insecurity, you know, and it's like, you know, slowly, even, I'm going to be very grown right now. This is a grown woman conversation, you know, having my sexual experiences with men. I very much like, I didn't want to take my shirt off, want to keep my shirt on. And I'm like, fuck that. You see me? You see these rolls? This love handles, this, you gonna love it. This fat ass, you gonna love it because it's homegrown. It ain't bought. These titties that sag, you gonna love it. Period. Like, it's just growing, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm so excited to see like where I was before and how much like I used to hate looking at it took me a while to look in the mirror at myself, like naked, and just love myself. And it's just like, self-love is the best love you could ever have, because when you love yourself, you set the blueprint of how somebody else should love you. They should love you no less than anything. Period. So it's just like, you know, people gotta understand, like, just because somebody's confident doesn't mean that like that's what it is. Like, oh, she's like, no, like it's a battle every single day. Some days I look at myself in disgust. Some days I love myself more than Mars or whatever. But it was really that ratchet rap, that cocky as fuck, the hot girl that made me like pussy talks, jobs, like just I'll take your man, like swipe your visa, city girls, like Flo Milli, not friendly. It was just stuff like that. Like, go stream Flo Milli's new album. Please, okay? Thank you. So yeah, it's just like, ooh, like I love this journey I'm on. I'm so excited about it. I'm just in awe of it. I've grown so much, and I'm still growing. I'm still gonna grow. And the one thing about me that I've learned, if you are a stranger to me, you're not gonna hurt. There's like, you can never hurt my feelings. That's how much confidence I have built up in myself. That is what these years of growth have helped me do. You're not gonna hurt my feelings, baby. You never gonna hurt my feelings. If I don't know you, you a stranger, you some hurt ass person, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. Cause I'm you gonna be embarrassed at yourself, cause you got yourself out of character. Still working on my anger, still working on myself. I told you I'm not done at all. But yes, it was just that, like, I really hope like this video was okay. I really hope you guys liked this video. I didn't want to cry. I can't believe I teared up about that, but when you speak about it out loud, it's a different feeling, and it's just like, oh, like, so like I said, every day it's a different battle with myself. Just trying to get into the mindset of just fixing, healing is what I need to work on myself, and just continue just to be that bitch. Like Meg said, I'm that bitch. Been that bitch. Will forever be that bitch. So I really hope you guys like this video. Please don't drag me for what I said before about the whole light skin thing. That's my experience. So I will catch you guys in the next video. I love you, and the universe loves you too. And I will catch you in the next finger. Thank you guys. Bye.